Hey, this is Joanne Hewins from lovetocreate.typepad.com. Today I want to talk to you about the Boho Indigo product medley that is in the annual catalog for Stampin' Up. If you look on page 9, you will see this medley here. And by medley, Stampin' Up means that this is not really a kit, but a product offering that has everything that you need to make some really, really beautiful cards. So let's go over just what's in the product medley. It has, first of all, the Boho Indigo stamp set. And this stamp set is a photopolymer and has 11 stamps. The vases, some floral, and some really nice sentiments. I really like this one that says, "Sorry, you're feeling blue." During these times, we're feeling blue quite a bit, or I am. And then to go along with the stamp set, they have a die cut set. The Boho Indigo die cut set has 12 different die cuts. The vases that are in the stamp set are there, and then it has dies to cut these flowers and this flower. And then there are some additional die cuts, some vases that have a little bit of extra detail to them, and some leaf fronds that are there. So it's a really nice die cut set with 12 pieces. Now also, as part of this, there are two spools of ribbon. This one is the navy frayed grosgrain, and it's a very flexible ribbon. It's a little bit thinner. I mean, it's a little bit thicker, but it's flexible. And now as I've got this tied right here, that would be pretty flat for mailing. It also has this vanilla and gold ribbon. It's a little bit thinner, but maybe a little bit stiffer, I guess is the word I would want to use, but really, really pretty. And that's 10 yards of both of those ribbons. There is a designer series paper in here, and I'm trying to pick it up. There are 6 different double-sided designs, and you're going to get 8 sheets of each design for a total of 48 sheets. So you have this, and these are using Very Vanilla, the Misty Moonlight, and the Night of Navy are the colors that are in here. And I don't know, these, just as soon as I saw these papers, I knew I had to have this. But they are great. And 8 sheets of each one, that's pretty good, I think, of those. So those are really pretty. There are also some die cut sheets. Now as I show these, they're kind of falling out on some of these. So there are 2 sheets of the leaf fronds, and these are a garden green with a gold foil accent to them. And then there are 2 sheets like this one that has a lot of the banners and stuff like that. And then 2 sheets of this one. You can't really see anything except maybe the shapes of some of those, but more banners or labels to use in your projects, along with some big flowers and some smaller ones. So those are punch outs or die cuts. There are also some of these, I don't know if you can tell that these are embossed. They're very vanilla, and there are 3 of these, I guess. I was thinking there were 4, but 3 of these that you get 2 sheets each of the different embossings. Just can't tell if you can see that, but they are gorgeous. Along with that are some packets of paper flowers. You have the large size and the small size of the paper flowers. And I'm trying to see if it tells how many of those you get. 20 of each size. 20 of each size for 40 total. So that's a lot of stuff that you get to make. Gosh, you can make zillions of cards. And the good thing about this is $70 for all of that. It's a lot of stuff. And there's also a refill kit that is available. The refill kit would have everything except it would not have the stamp set or the die cut, or the dies, I'm sorry, the stamp set or the dies that come with it. And the refill also does not have the ribbon. So it's the 48 sheets of designer paper, the 6 sheets of the vanilla dry embossed paper, the 6 sheets of die cuts, and the paper flowers are what you would get in the refill. And the refill is $23. I am in love with this set. And I just want to show you quickly some cards that I have made with this. So let me pull this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in, I have 5 cards that I've made. And I have to say, I'm pretty proud of these. I just think they are gorgeous. And I have a couple of different folds too. So here's the first one. And it opens up and you can see that just part of this top. It's, I guess, a very simple fold because all I did was cut off a little bit. And we're going to make this card together in just a few minutes. Let me show you the other 4. I have this one, which is a fold that looks like this. And then I have this one. This is just a regular card. There's the inside of that one. I have this fun fold. It looks like this, but you can open it up like this. And I guess if I put it like this, you can see that this would stand up. So if somebody wanted to stand it up to look at during the day, this one will stand up very easily. So that's one of the cards. And then I have one other card. This is a fun fold also that it folds like this, but when you open it, you see the Sorry You're Feeling Blue. And then you can close this up like that, and it would stand up. There's the top view, I suppose. It would look like this from the side. And then you have a place inside to write your note. So you might be wondering, why did I show you all of these cards? And it's because I want to make an offer to you. I love this so much that what I want to do is give you the tutorials for these 5 cards if you buy the Boho Medley from me. And the Boho Medley, the number for that is, let me write that down for you. It's number 153132. And I'll put this in the comments for the video that I'm making now. And it is $70. So if you buy this from me, I will send you, well, you're going to get this video that's going to show how to make one of the cards, but I will send you 5 tutorials for these cards. And I will also have a video for each tutorial. So you'll buy the supplies and I will set you up, I will set you up with 5 projects that you can make, and from that you can come up with some of your own. I think this is a great offering and I'm very excited to make it for you. Now, if you already have the tutorial medley that you have bought from me, not the tutorial, but I'm so sorry, the Boho Blossoms, the Boho Indigo product medley. If you have already purchased that from me, I will send you this. And if you already have it that you've purchased with someone else, but you would like to have these tutorials, then if you will purchase $70 of other product from me, and I will also send this to you so that you can use it. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and do one of the videos for a card, and you can see what the videos will be like. And then if you so desire, I would love for you to purchase this for me. And this is the card that we're getting ready to make. Let me move a few things out of the way, and then we'll get started. Okay, so we are going to make this card, and the base of this card is, actually I did the 5.5 by 8.5. I went ahead and scored it at 4 1/4, and then I cut away 1.5 inches. So on the Stampin' Up! Cutter, what I did is I just put it in here even with this edge over here. This is the new cutter. And cut away, now I've already done it so I won't do it again, and cut away a strip of that. Okay, so this is what we have left. And so I'm going to take my bone folder and just burnish that, and we are ready to get started. Okay. For my paper, and all of the measurements will be on the tutorial that I send you, so you don't have to worry about it so much. But we're using this paper. It's this design on one side and this one on the other, so I just flipped, and we're going to glue this one to the front. And this paper was cut at 2 5/8 by 5 3/8. I just wanted a tiny little border on that. So there's this paper. I'm telling you, the paper makes the cards. It's just so pretty. And then this one is 1 5/8 by 5 3/8. And we're going to add it right in here. Okay, so you can see when this is closed, it's already beautiful, isn't it? I just love this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the inside of the card. I have a piece of Very Vanilla that we're going to put right in here, but we're going to do a little bit of stamping first. And on my original, I used Night of Navy for this. And we used the stamp set that says, a bunch of birthday love to you. I just love how that looks also. So we're going to stamp that up here. And I'm going to do my best to get that straight. just holding it down there for a minute. And thought I had a little boo-boo, but that's going to wipe off of there, thank goodness. And then we're going to do a few of the flowers that are down here. So I'm just going to ink those up, and I'm just going to put one in the corner, and then one right above, and one over to the side. And that's all I'm going to do for that. And so we will just glue that in. And when I glue this down, what I want to do is just butt it right up next to that paper. And that's going to get it in there nice and straight. So now that covers up our saying. And we're ready to finish up the front. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the stitched nested labels. We're going to be using this one for our card, and we'll be using some navy. I've got some Night of Navy scrap here, and let me just move a few things out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my brand new Stampin' Up! Cut and emboss machine. I love it. You can tell. Look at that plate. It's already so marked up. I've used it so much. I just can't tell you how much I love this. So I'm going to have, for this, it's pretty much the same as the old machine in that it's the base plate, the die cutting adapter plate, clear plate, your paper and die, and then a top plate. So let me run that through. And I'll need that again in just a few minutes. Probably should have thought that out a little differently, but there is the die cut for that. And next, I'm going to bring in my Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to stamp this vase. So let me move that out of the way. I do have a spongy surface because the photopolymer stamps need a surface under there that's going to have a little bit of give to it. And I'm going to stamp that. Just hold it for a second. And there's my vase. And I will need to cut that out. I'll bring in the Boho Indigo dies, and this is the one that we'll be using for that. So let me pull back in the machine. And while I'm cutting it, let me tell you that these plates are numbered. So you're going to have plate number 1, or the base plate, plate number 2, plate number 3 and 3. So I'm going to put this down, and my die. I'm going to very carefully lay that down. Okay, I'm not sure that that's exactly where I want it. Okay, you can always use a little bit of washi tape to hold those in place, or a little bit later there is a magnetic plate that you can buy to go with this, and I can't wait to get that because I think that it is a solid magnet sheet instead of the way the old one was with the little circles. I found the old one to be a little bit frustrating to use, so I'm looking forward to the next. So let's bring in our pieces, and I am going to build up this to start with. And we are going to use the gold ribbon. And I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Seal. I'm going to just put a little bit of the Stampin' Seal here to adhere my gold ribbon. And I'm just going to kind of go back and forth with that. And that's just going to hold that down for me. Okay. And I'm going to cut that off. And cut that off. So we have that. We are ready to use some dimensionals. Okay. Here we go to put that down. And I'm going to put it down here near the bottom. Try to get it, centered. Like that. And we are ready to put in our leaves. Now, I've already punched out things that we're going to need. And actually, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these right in here. I'm going to just kind of cut part of that stem off. We'll put dimensionals on that. And we'll just stick that right, well, I'm going to cut off a little more. I put up my dimensional up a little high behind there, so I'm going to put this right in here. Now what I want to do is kind of check, and I can see that this dimensional is hanging out. So what I'm going to do is move it down so that it's all behind the navy label there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add these leaves over in here. This might not be, it's not the same leaf I had on the other one. I don't think it's going to matter. So I'm going to add that. I think what I'm going to do is put my dimensionals here so I'll know that I don't go off the edge. And I'm actually, I think, going to maybe lift that up just a little since it's different from the one I had before. And then I'm going to take this gold flower and just kind of add it on top. And you'll see that I've covered up that little space that we had a little bit ago. Okay, I'm going to add some of the paper flowers. There are the small ones. Here are the large ones. And I'm going to be adding these with glue dots. So there's my large one. And we're going to do two small ones. Those are really cute. At first I wasn't so sure, but they just add a lot to the card. And all I'm going to do is just lay them here on my glue dots like that. And then I'm just going to use a paper piercer to pull those off. I don't see, I didn't get the glue dot with that. Push that down. So there's that. And then we're going to add the smaller ones. One there. And one there. And I'm ready to add this to the card front. Now notice that this is going to stick out a little bit over here. So when I put my tape on here or my glue, I want to make sure I don't go past right in here. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue right in that area. I'm going to make sure that that doesn't stick over. And then I'm going to actually look at the point and the amount of space to try to help me get that on there evenly. Okay. Now I've got one more plant that I'm going to stick on here, and I'm going to glue this. Let me cut off part of that. I'm going to glue this coming out from underneath that gold there. So there we have that. The only thing left is our sentiment. And let's talk about that for a few minutes. I'm going to bring in this leftover very vanilla paper. And there on my card here it says happy birthday, but there is not a sentiment in here that says happy birthday. But we do have a bunch of birthday love to you and such happy news. So what I'm going to do is stamp both of those or part of both of those and cut the words out. So sorry about that. I'm going to ignore it and hopefully they will stop. Okay, so I've got both of those here, and I'm going to just cut around those. Well, I thought it would stop. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to cut around the happy right here. Okay. So there's the happy, and now I'm going to cut out the birthday. So I've really taken two stamps and made them say what I wanted them to say. Okay, so then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the middle of that birthday because it's going to go off the sides. And so there's that. Yep, you don't want it upside down happy, do you? Okay, so there we are. This is one of the cards that I'm including in the 5-card class that you can receive for free. So let's go over again. We have 5 different cards and some different folds. One is just a plain fold, but the rest are a little bit different. If you order the Boho, maybe I need to write that down, the Boho Indigo product medley from me, and that is product number 153132. It's $70. I will send you the 5 tutorials and a video for each tutorial for free. For doing that for me, I'm trying to help my sales a little bit right now, and this would really help me so very much. I will have links below this video on how to order, and I would sure appreciate it, and I think you'll be happy with what you get. Thank you so much again. This is Joanne Hewins, and feel free to share this with your friends. LovetoCreate.typepad.com. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.